Good morning, student. And today we will discuss our next topic as sources of Indian Constitution. What are the various sources of Indian Constitution? As I told you earlier that Indian Constitution is also known as the bag of borrowings. हम इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Bag of borrowings भी बोलते हैं because we have borrowed some features from the constitution of other country, or we can say like we have borrowed the very important feature of different constitution जो हमें सूट किया, जिसमें हमें ये लगा कि जो बेस्ट पार्ट है दूसरे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस का वो हमने बोरो किया है. सो इन दिस टॉपिक वी विल डिस्कस द वेरियस सोर्सेज ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बेसिकली. So let's the main source of Indian Constitution are the Government of India Act 1935. So the main and the biggest source of Indian Constitution is the Act of 1935. What is the Act of 1935? During their rule, Britishers के रूल में जो है बहुत सारे एक्ट जो है टाइम टू टाइम जो है वो एक्ट मीन्स लॉज जो है वो फ्रेम करते रहते थे. लाइक इन योर हिस्ट्री बुक you have read about the various acts proposed by the British government during their rule in India, like 1909 Act and then 1935 Act. Basically, 1935 Act was a constitution proposed by the British government to the Indians, but Indians refused to adopt that constitution at that time because they want to make their own constitution. क्योंकि वो अपना एक अलग से कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हम बनाना चाहते थे, अपने वैल्यूज़ को उस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो है इंसर्ट करना चाहते थे. सो एट दैट टाइम वी रिफ्यूज टू अडॉप्ट द एक्ट ऑफ 1935 एज अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. सो बट later on this become the main source of Indian Constitution. So what is the main source of Indian Constitution? Government of India Act 1935 was the main source of Indian Constitution. Around 200 articles were taken from the Government of India Act 1935 as it is. हमने around 200 articles जो हैं वो हमने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1935 से एज इट इज़ बोरो किए हैं अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में. एंड देन द अदर सोर्सेज आर द ब्रिटिश कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. वी हैव टेकन सम फीचर्स ऑफ ब्रिटिश कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लाइक पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, रूल ऑफ लॉ. Then American Constitution, we have taken some features from the American Constitution like fundamental rights, independence of judiciary. We will discuss them in detail also. Then we have taken from the Canadian Constitution like federal structure. We have taken from the Canadian Constitution. Then Constitution of Ireland, like our directive principle of state policy. Directive principle of state policy we have taken from the Constitution of Ireland, and then French Constitution. So we have taken the different concepts, different features from the different constitution around the world. So let's discuss in detail like sources of Indian Constitution. First, I have told you that the main source of Indian Constitution was Act of 1935. Then UK and US. So what we have taken from United Kingdom or British Constitution, हमने British Constitution से क्या लिया है? Like first one is the President, Prime Minister, parliamentary type of government. The post of President, the Prime Minister, PM, and parliamentary type of government. We have taken it from the British Constitution. हमने कहाँ से लिया है उसको? British Constitution से we have taken it. President, Prime Minister, parliamentary type of government. Second one is the lower house more powerful. Which is our lower house? Lok Sabha is our lower house, and it is also known as the House of People. And as we all know that Lok Sabha has more power as compared to Rajya Sabha. So we have taken this concept from British Constitution, House of Commons. In Britain there are two houses. One is the House of Lords and another one is the House of Commons. So our Lok Sabha has same power as the House of Commons. So our lower house is more powerful as compared to our upper house. Then we have taken Council of Ministers responsible for lower house. What is Council of Ministers? Our cabinet ministers in a government, Prime Minister and his ministers, they are responsible for the lower house basically. And then a provision of speaker in Lok Sabha. और एक और हमने जो फीचर अडॉप्ट किया है यूके से, दैट इज़ प्रोविज़न ऑफ स्पीकर इन लोकसभा. लाइक वी हैव अ स्पीकर इन लोकसभा elected by the member of Lok Sabha, and what is the duty of the speaker of Lok Sabha? To maintain a discipline, और जो उसकी जो रूटीन लोक सभा की जो हमारी फंक्शनिंग है उसको ऑब्जर्व करना. that was the that is the main role of speaker of Lok Sabha. So what we have taken from the British Constitution, president, prime minister, parliamentary type of government, lower house more powerful, council of ministers responsible for lower house, provisions of speaker in Lok Sabha. Then now we talk about the US Constitution. What we have taken from the US Constitution, written Constitution. First thing is written Constitution. As we all know that जो British Constitution है, that is not a written Constitution. So the concept of written Constitution we have taken from United States of America. Then fundamental rights. The Charter of Fundamental Rights we have taken from the United States of America. The 6 fundamental rights which we have in our Constitution under Part 3 जो हमारे Constitution में है, we have taken it from the Constitution of United States of America. Then we have taken the Supreme Court, or you can say that independent judiciary. The concept of independent judiciary, we have taken it from the United States of America. We have discussed about the concept of independent judiciary in previous session also. Then Office of Vice President. Next one is the Office of a Vice President. We have taken from United States of America. Head of the state are known as a president. So the concept of head of the state. Who is the head of the state? President is the head of the state in our country, because all the decisions are taken on the name of the president. And head of the government, prime minister, is known as the head of the government. Then provision of states judicial reviews. जो judicial review है, that judicial review we have also taken from the United States of America. What is judicial review? We have discussed in detail. Like who make the laws? The parliament make the laws. Who has the power to make the law? Parliament has power to make the law, but judiciary has power to review the law made by the पार्लियामेंट. जो पार्लियामेंट ने जो लॉ बनाया है, जुडिशरी के पास उसको रिव्यू करने की पावर है, वेदर दैट लॉ इज़ फेवरेबल फॉर द कंट्री और नॉट. If the citizens of a country, if the citizen of our country are not satisfied with the law made by the parliament, then they can move to the judiciary, then they move to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has power to review that law. So these are various concepts which we have taken from the Constitution of Britain and US. Then sources of Indian Constitution, that the main sources was the Act of 1935, US and UK, but we have taken some other concepts from different constitutions around the world, like what we have taken from Japan, law on which the Supreme Court functions. So the functioning of Supreme Court, how Supreme Court will function, we have taken it from Japan. Then Canada, federal system and residuary powers. The federal system, we have 2 parallel governments. As we all know that we have a federal structure in our country. हमारे पास क्या है, फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है अपनी हमारी कंट्री में. Like we have a central government, then we have a state government, and obviously central government has more power than the state government. So this concept we have taken it from the Constitution of Canada basically. Then what we have taken from the South African Constitution, procedure of constitutional amendment. Like we have discussed yesterday that our constitution is flexible as well as rigid. So we can make amendment, we can make changes in our constitution. हम अपने constitution में जो है changes कर सकते हैं. So the procedure of constitutional amendment we have taken it from South Africa. जो प्रोसेस है अमेंडमेंट की, व्हाट इज़ द प्रोसेस ऑफ अमेंडमेंट, वी विल डिस्कस इट लेटर. कैसे हम अमेंडमेंट कर सकते हैं, सिंपल मेजॉरिटी, बाय स्पेशल मेजॉरिटी, देन साइन ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट. वी कैन मेक सर्टेन अमेंडमेंट इन आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द टाइम. सो वी हैव टेकन दिस कंसेप्ट फ्रॉम साउथ अफ्रीका. देन आयरलैंड कंसेप्ट ऑफ डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी। आयरलैंड से हमने क्या लिया है, कंसेप्ट ऑफ डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी। व्हाट आर डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसीज? दीज आर सम गाइडलाइंस टू द गवर्नमेंट बाय द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। ये कुछ गाइडलाइंस हैं किसको, इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फॉर द वेलफेयर ऑफ द सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया। कि मीन्स गवर्नमेंट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू डू सम मिनिमम facilities, you can say, or provide some minimum facilities to the welfare of the citizens. So these are known as the directive principle of the state policy, and we have taken these directive principle of state policy from Ireland. Then Australia, what we have taken from Australia, concurrent list we have taken from Australia. Like we have 3 lists in our constitution, state list, union list, and third one is the concurrent list. आप लोगों ने पढ़ा होगा, एंड दीज 3 लिस्ट हैव डिफरेंट लाइक वी कैन से सब्जेक्ट्स अंडर देम. Like union list have some subjects on which central government has power to make the laws. कुछ ऐसे subjects हैं जिनके ऊपर जो है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जो है पावर बना सकती है. स्टेट लिस्ट हैज़ लाइक कुछ ऐसे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं जिनके ऊपर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जो है वो जो है लॉज बना सकती है. फॉर एग्जांपल पुलिस, अगर हम पुलिस का एग्जांपल लेते हैं तो पुलिस किसके अंडर आता है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के अंदर आता है. तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कैन मेक लॉज रिलेटिंग टू पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट. अगर हम बात करें आर्मी, मिलिट्री, डिफेंस, वो किसके अंडर आता है, ऑब्वियसली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के अंदर आता है. तो ओनली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कैन मेक लॉज रिगार्डिंग टू द डिफेंस डिपार्टमेंट. Then there is a third list, that is a concurrent list, in which there are some subjects, and both the governments are capable to make law on these subjects. दोनों ही गवर्नमेंट, whether स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, दोनों ही जो है जो concurrent लिस्ट में जो हमारे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं उनके ऊपर लॉ बना सकती हैं. बट इन द केस अगर ऐसा कुछ कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग केस हो जाता है कि भाई स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने भी एक सब्जेक्ट को लेकर लॉ बना दिया और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने भी एक सब्जेक्ट को लेकर लॉ बना दिया. सो इन दैट केस व्हाट हैपन, जो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का लॉ है ऑब्वियसली उसकी ज़्यादा वैल्यू होगी एज़ कम्पेयर टू द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. लाइक वी टॉक अबाउट द एजुकेशन इज़ अ सब्जेक्ट ऑफ कॉन्फ्रेंट लिस्ट. तो दोनों ही अगर उस चीज़ को लेकर लॉ बनाते हैं तो सेंटर जो है उसका उसमें ज़्यादा वैल्यू होगी. देन सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशनशिप वी हैव टेकन फ्रॉम Constitution of Australia, then language of preamble, then Russia. What we have taken from Russia, the fundamental duties. What we have taken from Russia, the fundamental duties. How many fundamental duties we have? Right now we have 11 fundamental duties. One more fundamental duty is added. एक fundamental duty को हमने add किया है, and what is that duty? It is the duty of every parent to provide education to their children. ये ड्यूटी है हर एक पेरेंट की कि वो अपने चिल्ड्रन को जो है, अपने बच्चे को जो है एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करवाएं. सो वी हैव 11 फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज़ एंड वी हैव टेकन दीज फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज़ फ्रॉम रशियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. एंड 5-year प्लान, एज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड लाइक इन योर नेक्स्ट क्लास दैट इन रशिया जो है एक प्लान्ड इकोनॉमी था उस टाइम पे. दे हैव अ कंसेप्ट ऑफ 5-year plans, and we have taken this concept from the Russian constitution. The concept of 5-year plan, we have taken it from the Russian constitution. Then Germany, emergency provisions we have taken from the Weimar constitution of Germany. German constitution को हम क्या बोलते हैं, Weimar constitution. तो Weimar constitution of Germany से हमने क्या लिया है, emergency provisions लिए. What are the emergency provisions? Like national emergency or president rule and financial emergency. During the odd situations, the central government has power to impose certain kind of emergency on the country. So these are the sources of the Indian constitution which we have discussed. Then there are committees of the constituent assembly and chairs. So student, the detail is given in your book. So you have to read these committees carefully. आप इनको एक बार जो है carefully जो है study करना अपनी book से. आपकी book में जो है detail में दिया गया है. And so students, please read the various committees under the constitution. So there are some important committees. Let me discuss some important committees. The committee on the rules of procedure, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the chairman, the first one. most important committee was the drafting committee, and who was the head of the drafting committee? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the head of the drafting committee. So there are some other committees. आप एक बार अपनी बुक से इनको रीड करें. Then again we have some different committees here, like Union Powers Committee, who was the headed by Jawaharlal Nehru, Pandit Jawaharlal. Union Constitution Committee, again headed by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So then next topic is nature of political philosophy of the constitution. Nature of political philosophy of the constitution, like you can see in the pictures, like these pictures shows that we have a secular constitution or a secular nation. The picture itself speaks that we are a secular country. Political philosophy of Indian constitution is that it is liberal to every sect of the society, liberal to every religion of the society, liberal, then democratic. Second one is democratic. We have a democratic form of government. Then egalitarian means equality, based on equality. Then secular means secular, like you can see in the picture, that we don't have a state religion. And federal means distribution of powers. Federal here means distribution of power. Open to community values, sensitive to the need of religious and linguistic minorities, as well as historical disadvantaged groups, and committed to building a common national identity. So this is the main philosophy of our constitution. This is the main philosophy of our constitution: liberal, democratic, secular, federal, open to community, sensitive to the need of religious and linguistic minorities. So this is basically the main or nature of political philosophy of our constitution. First thing, our constitution is liberal, secular and democratic, and we can say that our constitution is for the every sect of the society, every religion of the society. Then we will discuss the preamble of Indian Constitution. You can see these pictures on your NCERT books. Second और third page of your NCERT book आपको जो है मिल जाएगा the preamble on every book, NCERT book. So we will discuss about the preamble in detail. So हम preamble के बारे में अभी डिटेल में डिस्कस करते हैं. Let's discuss a meaning of preamble. What is preamble? The first word of preamble, we the people. So the preamble starts with we the people, signifies that the power is ultimately vested in the hand of the people of India. We the people means जो मेन पावर है वो किसके पास है? People of India, citizen of India has the main power in their hand. So far the preamble has been amended once. So if we talk about the preamble, we have amended the preamble only once. एक बार ही हमने preamble में amendment किया, amendment में change किया है in 1976 by 42nd amendment. By 42nd amendment Act. I've told you in the last session also that 42nd amendment is also known as the mini constitution. 42nd amendment came during the time of national emergency. Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India at that time, and she brought the 42nd amendment in our constitution in 1976 basically, and lot of changes were there in 42nd amendment. At that time preamble of the constitution was also amended. And क्या amendment हुआ था? What was the amendment in the preamble of constitution? Inserted the word of socialism, secularism and integrity. Secularism और socialism, two words को हमने जो है अपनी preamble में जो है add किया था, उसमें insert किया था, socialism and secularism. Preamble of Constitution of India. The preamble can be referred to as the preface which highlights the essence of entire constitution. Basically, you can say preamble is like the preface of our constitution, which tell about the values of our constitution. preamble एक वो समराइज्ड पोर्शन है हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का, जो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की स्पिरिट को बताता है, हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की पावर को बताता है, हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की सोल को जो है वो एक्सप्लेन करता है. द preamble कैन बी रेफर्ड टू एज द प्रीफेस विच हाईलाइट्स द एसेंस ऑफ एंटायर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. मीन्स प्रेम्बल से एक बार जब हम प्रेम्बल को रीड करते हैं तो हमें अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की जो स्पिरिट है उसके बारे में पता लगता है कि व्हाट टाइप ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वी हैव इन आवर कंट्री. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन वाज अडॉप्टेड ऑन 26 नवंबर 1949 बाय कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली sorry, and came into effect from 26 January 1950. That's why 26 January is celebrated as the Republic Day in entire country. The preamble of the Constitution of India is a brief introductory statement that sets out the guiding purpose and principles of the document. So basically preamble क्या है? Is a brief introductory statement. So preamble is a brief introductory statement which give an introduction about the Constitution. Like preamble is same like आप किसी ऑफिस में जाते हैं तो एक ऑफिसर की नेम प्लेट उसके बाहर होती है, उसकी डेजिग्नेशंस एंड ऑल थिंग. सो आपको एक आइडिया लग जाता है द पर्सन सिटिंग इन द ऑफिस वो कौन है, क्या है. सेम इज द preamble, a brief introductory statement which give नॉलेज अबाउट आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, और जो कि हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की स्पिरिट के बारे में हमें एक आइडिया जो है वो देती है. So objectives of Indian Constitution. What are various objectives of Indian Constitution? The first very objective is justice. The term justice in the preamble refers to three varying aspects. So when we talk about the justice, justice in our preamble, the term justice in the preamble refer to three varying aspects: political, social and economic justice. Political justice, social justice and economic justice, which are secured through different provisions of fundamental right and directive principle of state policy. Political justice means in our country a normal person can contest the election, can vote for the elections. That is our political justice. Social, removal of indiscrimination. Then economic justice means the state owned property जितनी भी हैं, we have equal right on the state owned properties. Understand? Like hospitals हैं या universities हैं, जो colleges हैं जो कि हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने हमारे लिए ओपन किए, वहाँ ऐसा नहीं है कि इसको एंट्री है, इसको एंट्री नहीं है. So this is justice basically. Then liberty, second is the liberty. The ideal of liberty refers to the freedom on the activities of Indian nationals. All the citizens are secured with liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship through the fundamental right. So what type of liberty we have? Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship through the fundamental right. Means like liberty of thought and expression means हमें बोलने का अधिकार है. Liberty of expression, we can express ourselves. बिलीफ एंड फेथ, हम जिस भी लाइक रिलीजन को फॉलो करना चाहें उसको हम फॉलो कर सकते हैं. वर्शिप, हम किसी भी रिलीजन में रह के किसी भी एक पर्टिकुलर उसमें वर्शिप कर सकते हैं. सो हमें ये जो लिबर्टी है कहाँ से मिली है? हमारे फंडामेंटल राइट्स. हाउएवर लिबर्टी डज नॉट मीन freedom to do anything. Again, we have discussed in our last chapter that the negative liberty and positive liberty. In this chapter again, here is clearly written out that liberty does not mean liberty to do anything. ऐसा नहीं है, because we have to maintain a balance in the society and it must be exercised within the constitutional limits. We have discussed this topic in detail. So, justice, second one is liberty. Then equality. The third one is the equality. We will discuss about the equality. The envisages that no section of the society enjoys special privileges and individuals are provided with adequate opportunities without any discrimination. Again, there are three dimensions of equality: political, economic, and civic equality. So equality here means abolition of discrimination. Equality का मतलब है abolition of discrimination. That Indian Constitution says that that we are not going to tolerate any kind of discrimination, किसी भी तरह का discrimination based on religion, based on caste, based on sex, based on economic basis. So we are not going to tolerate any kind of discrimination in the society. All the persons have equal right, all the persons are equal in the eye of law, and all the persons are equal in the eye of constitution. So this is the concept of equality. Then the fourth one is the secularism. As we have discussed, what is secularism? India model of secularism. We will discuss it in next chapter. What is the Indian model of secularism? Secularism means the relationship between the government and the people, which is determined according to constitution and law. By the 42nd Amendment, the term secular was also incorporated in the preamble. Secularism is the basic structure of the Indian Constitution. The government respect all religion. So basically, what is secularism? We don't have any official religion. Simple. We don't have any official religion. Like Pakistan, Islamic Republic of Pakistan. They have a official religion, that is Islam. और वो उन्होंने अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में भी लिखा है, और उनके जो ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं उनमें भी है इस्लामिक रिपब्लिक ऑफ पाकिस्तान. बट कहीं पर देखा है इंडिया में दैट इस्लामिक रिपब्लिक ऑफ इंडिया या हिंदू रिपब्लिक ऑफ इंडिया या क्रिश्चियन रिपब्लिक ऑफ इंडिया? नो, वी डोंट हैव एनी ऑफिशियल रिलीजन. All the religions are equal for Indian Constitution, and the government respect all the religions. There is no religious discrimination in our country. That is secularism. Fraternity, like in French Revolution, in class 9th, आपने जो history में fraternity के fraternity means brotherhood basically. This refer to a feeling of brotherhood and a sense of belonging with the country among its people. So what is fraternity? Fraternity basically a feeling of brotherhood and a sense of belongingness. Because there are a lot of examples when we are playing a match against चाहे वो फुटबॉल मैच है, हॉकी मैच है, या ओलंपिक्स के मेडल हैं, या कोई और इशू है. जब कभी हमारी कंट्री पे बात आती है तो हम सब भूल जाते हैं कि फ्रॉम विच रिलीजन वी आर, फ्रॉम विच कास्ट वी आर, एंड वी स्टैंड एज यूनाइटेड विद आवर ट्राई कलर, एंड दैट इज़ फर्टर्निटी. उस टाइम पे ना कोई मद्रासी रहता है, ना कोई गुजराती, और ना ही कुछ और. मीन्स एट दैट टाइम we all are Indian. Means a sense of brotherhood, a sense of belongingness to our nation, a sense of nationality to our nation basically. Then democratic, sixth one is the democratic. And when we talk about the democratic, as we all know that what is the democratic form of government which we have adopted in our constitution, that where government is elected by the people of a country, that is a democratic government. The first part of the preamble, we the people of India, and its last part, give to ourselves this constitution. So simple, you can just read out the preamble in your NCERT books, and you will get an idea that who has the maximum power in India. The people of India has the maximum power in India. Clearly indicate the democratic spirit involved even in the constitution. India is a democracy. The people of India elect their government at all levels. So we are a democratic country because in our country, who elect the government? The people of India elect the government. All the persons above the 18 year of age have right to elect the government. That is also known as universal adult franchisee. Universal adult franchisee. आप लास्ट क्लासेस में पढ़ के आए हैं द कंसेप्ट ऑफ यूनिवर्सल अडल्ट फ्रेंचाइजी, दैट ऑल द पीपल इन इंडिया अबव द एज ऑफ 18 हैव इक्वल राइट टू वोट, एंड वन वोट हैज़ वन वैल्यू. वन वोट हैज़ वन वैल्यू मीन्स चाहे अंबानी वोट कर रहा है और चाहे कोई जो है एक कॉमन मैन वोट कर रहा है, बोथ हैव द सेम वैल्यू ऑफ देयर वोट। ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई अंबानी की वोट को 100 में से 100 मिलेंगे और एक कॉमन मैन को 10 आउट ऑफ 100 मिलेंगे, तो वी हैव सेम वैल्यू ऑफ आवर वोट। एंड वी हैव 3 लेवल्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट वी डिस्कस। थर्ड लेवल इज़ ओवर जो लोकल लेवल है, जो पंचायत लेवल है, दैट इज़ द थर्ड लेवल। तो तीनों ही लेवल पे हम जो है अपने लीडर्स को जो है इलेक्ट करते हैं। हु इलेक्ट? द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया इलेक्ट देयर लीडर्स। The next one is the sovereign. The word sovereign means a supreme of independence, that is internally and externally a sovereign, externally free from control of any foreign power. In simple words, we can say that as a nation we are free. As a nation we are free to take our decisions. As a nation we are free to take our decisions. Whatever decision we want to take, वी कैन टेक इट। हमें किसी के बाहर के इंटरफेयर की जो है टॉलरेट नहीं करेंगे और ना ही हमें ज़रूरत है। वी आर फ्री टू टेक आवर डिसीजन। दिस इज़ सॉवरेन, दिस इज़ अ सॉवरेन नेशन एंड दिस इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज सॉवरेनिटी। लाइक एट योर होम, लाइक योर पेरेंट्स आर फ्री टू टेक द डिसीजन रिगार्डिंग योर फैमिली। ऐसा तो नहीं है कि कोई बाहर का आके उनको इन्फ्लुएंस करता है और उसी के, बिकॉज वी आर फ्री टू टेक आवर डिसीजन। इन द सेम वे आवर नेशन इज़ फ्री टू टेक इट्स डिसीजंस विदाउट एनी एक्सटर्नल इंटरफेयर। किसी एक्सटर्नल इंटरफेयर के बेस पे जो है वी कैन टेक आवर डिसीजंस, whether the decision relating to the surgical strike, whether the decision relating to the amendment of the constitution, we are free to take our decisions. हमें किसी बाहर वाले की सुनने की ज़रूरत नहीं है अपने डिसीजन लेते वक्त। Then republic. The next one is the object is the republic. What is republic? Simple. The head of the nation is elected. That means republic. The head of the nation is elected. And who is the head of the nation in our country? President is the head of the nation in our country. So we are a republic country. As opposed to monarchy, in which the head of the state is appointed on hereditary basis for a lifetime or until he abdicates from the throne, a democratic republic is an entity in which the head of the state is elected. So just a simple definition. आपको सिर्फ एक ही चीज़ याद रखनी है, that is that the head of the nation is elected. Like our president is elected. हमारे president elected हैं, वो किसी एक फैमिली से नहीं है या वो कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि भी उनके ancestors भी president रहे थे, या ऐसा नहीं है कि उनके आने वाले जो बच्चे हैं वो भी जो है president रहेंगे। No, our head of nation is elected, president is elected. That's why we are known as a republic nation. So this is all for today, students. Make your concepts clear. Watch the PPT carefully. Watch the lecture. Watch the session carefully. And if you have any doubt, then take your doubts. And I have given a worksheet to you. Some students have submitted the worksheet, but some students are not submitted yet. So you all are requested to submit your worksheet on time. So thank you. Have a nice day.